All right, what is up? Chris here, back again. It's like 10 o'clock at night, watching the Bears get spanked by the Packers. I'm a Vikings fan, unfortunately, so I don't care who wins. But look what I got in. Got this in on Monday, and just haven't had time to do anything with it. I did test shoot it when I first got it. But I wanted to do a first impressions video, followed up by an efficiency test and the other typical videos that I do. I'll probably do that this weekend. So let's open this thing up. I'm sure you guys have seen 100 videos by now of unboxing and whatnot. But let's get my first impressions. Y'all know I'm a huge Dye fan. Let's see here. But, you know, I got Dye guns galore. There's a DM5 and 4 up there. DM4 is brand new. That's a crazy find. 2 DM4s down there. 2 DM6s down there. I just got in. DM7 up there. What else? I got so much stuff. I've been buying SFT shockers like crazy here recently for whatever reason. Too much shocker shit. But let's back this up. You might see a little microphone up top. Oh well. Anyway, let's open this guy up. I might want to do this. All right, let's do it like this. I'm gonna bend this down. Oh shit. All right. Hopefully this works. Sitting at my very trashed desk right now. All right. Hopefully this works. All right, Dye DSR. Open her up just like any other dye gun. You got the barrels, tools, and very generic barrel bag. You got your warranty card and a little. I actually like these manuals. With the M2, they came out with a kind of a plug-in to your computer manual. I like these little cards, I guess you could say. Kind of a quick guide. Something like that to me is nice to have, even if it doesn't have all the information. You'll just have even the small things like the O-ring size. It's nice to have. Anyways, that's a little reference guide for you. And then into the gun you have lube, little spare parts bag, and then the interface update cable. That allows you to plug in just a USB to a micro USB, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Oh god. Ouch, fucker, don't bite me. Yes. Back up there. Okay, anyway. So here's the gun. I did shoot it already. Again, being a huge Dye fan and hearing that this is essentially kind of a replacement for the NT, of course I was stoked. I did what I always do with new guns. It's kind of silly, but I lube the Feedneck. It's just kind of excess lube because I don't like the premature wear it gets on that. What else did I do? I lube the threads inside the ASA. Again, useless shit, but let's check it out. So I shot it. It shoots really nice. I'll be honest, it's not exactly what I was expecting. By that I mean, you know, dye guns like you know, the DM15 and well, basically every DM previous to this, and sort of DM2. The M2 has kind of a snappier shot, but the DMs, of course, have that really soft, squishy shot. I was expecting that out of this, but it's I can't really explain it. It's kind of a mix between the DM and the M2 shot. It is pretty similar to the NT, but just not. God, this is a terrible example, but it's not quite the same. I'll probably try to explain more in the shooting video, but anyway, first impressions on the gun is I really like it. You can definitely tell it is of a different tier than the M2. Just the quality of the way it feels. I mean, for example, even the rubber on the M2, it feels nicer, it's stickier, it feels, another level above the DSR as far as quality goes. It's nice that they wrapped this foregrip in rubber, but you can still, feel the plastic underneath. I wish there was a better way that they could have come up with for the battery removal. I would have really liked to see them finally go away with this Feedneck. It's not bad per se, but oh my god, the one on the Eclipse guns is light years ahead. In today's time, I don't see a reason why there should be a swivel on the Feedneck. I would never tighten the Feedneck, for example, like that, or backwards, or I wouldn't tighten it any other way besides straight. And I just do not see the reason for the swivel any longer. I was hoping that was gonna go away finally. So even on like this Geo2, for example, see how the Feedneck is stationary. It's not gonna move unless I loosen up the screw. I like that. I like that there's no movement, I guess. I don't know, the less movement I have on a gun for it sounds stupid, it's a paintball gun, it's a tool. I just really hate signs of use, I guess. My cars, they can have 20, 30,000 miles on them, but they'll still look brand new because I take care of them. I want the same thing with my paintball guns. I don't want them to look like they have, 100,000 shots on them. My CS1, for example, you wouldn't know that thing has whatever it has on a 60,000. Oh, motherfucker bit me. 60,000 shots or whatever on it because, ow, you fucker. All right. I just got this little guy today, and he keeps like doing these test bites to me. Yeah, pissing me off. So again, first impressions. I wish they got away with the collar on the Feedneck. I wish they had. I wish this felt a little bit more quality. It feels great in the hands. Don't get me wrong. For $900, this is a really great feeling gun. But it being Dye, I guess I just had higher expectations. I wish that. Not wish. I guess I'm saying I wish. It'd be nice if the bolt release was a little bit easier to get out. Again, different level than the M2 and the DMs, but it's easy and convenient to just push the button and then slowly pull that out. You get something to grip on. You have little things to grip on the DSR. See this little groove right here? But you have to, do 2 steps instead of 1, or 3 steps instead of 2, I should say. So you have to like push this in and grab each side. Oh, it's easier to. Hang on, there's freaking birds back. Come on. Oh, if it's easier to grab it like so and pull it out with 2 hands. Push and then pull like that. It's probably the easiest thing. I had the same issue with the Lux Ice. I had hoped that Dye would have put something on this back area to prevent, again, silly, but just a little pet peeve, premature wear on the back of the gun right here. So what I've been doing when I put this in, stop biting me. Is as I put it in, I get to that point and then I just push the button and then close it in. Hopefully that makes sense. This trigger, I really had hoped that they kept with the reach trigger. The reach trigger is a very successful trigger for a reason because it's really good. I mean, look at this DM15 here. Like, it doesn't, to me, it doesn't get much better than the reach trigger on the DMs and the M2. This one's a little sticky for some reason. Gun's basically brand new, but I don't know if it's how thin it is, or I mean, I'm sure it's really great when you're actually playing, but yeah, the trigger I'm not too big of a fan on. People hate these things for whatever reason. They think that they break or there's no benefit to them. I could not disagree more. Some people are like me and don't like breech wear or, again, signs of use. More importantly, it prevents the eyes, theoretically, from ever getting dirty. I can't tell you how many times I've seen either teammates or other players actually ruin their eyes inside their gun by either pinching the wire. I did that a couple weeks ago. Or, not installing them properly so they're defective or what. With this one small little plastic piece, it prevents all of that because it doesn't, you're not required to clean and maintain your eyes unless, you have some freak accident and you break a ball inside there and it gets behind the eye pipe, which I've seen on an M2 before, but that's it. All right, come on. What else can I say about this gun? First impressions. The ASA looks like it's the same basically as it's on the M2. I like these ASAs. People have problems with these things breaking. If you don't have your tank pressure, at 1,000 psi or 850 psi, whatever it is, you'll have a lot more success with having this ASA last a lot longer, like it should. What else we got here? The screen in the back. See if we can get that focus. It's nice and clear. I don't know if I'm just used to the Eclipse guns. That could be, but I feel like the Eclipse is a lot more user-friendly. There's less control, meaning, Eclipse has center, up, down. I'm not comparing this to Eclipse. That's what I'm, a lot of people shoot Eclipse, so that's what I'm trying to compare it to. But this has, 5 different directions that you can access through the board. And sometimes that can be confusing. For example, I'm just going to press it in right now. Okay, that turned it off, which makes sense. What happens if I press and hold down? That turned the eyes off. Just get some getting used to. Press and hold up. That gets into the configuration for the programming. See, like this, for example. But that bottom, it says enter down there. I don't know if I have to press the center button to enter, or if I have to press and hold the down button. Oh, you fucking bird. Okay, so it says enter in the bottom there. I don't know if I have to press and hold the center button or the down button to clear that. So I'm gonna press down. Press down again. See, it's just not a clear indication. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I just have to get used to it, I think. But then to get out of this, see, it brought me somewhere that I don't care to be in. See, like, this is what I'm talking about. Again, so I'm in the configuration mode. Maybe I just need to get used to this. But, like I don't know, I was pressing enter and it wasn't doing anything. So now I'm back in this game tire. Now I'm editing this. Like, what the fuck is going on? Those birds are making this video a lot harder. And I'm trying to do this backwards on my camera. So, for example, see how there's an up and down arrow? I don't actually do that. Like, I hit left and right. If I hit down, I don't know. I think like a car, these things need a better, more clear indication as to what does what. Again, it's probably just me. Like, I'm sitting here trying to get out of this programming. exit. See, I hit enter and it brings me back to profile 1. So what is that? Okay. Double tap is not a feature on here. I'm just kind of babbling in this video. Oh, you fucker, don't bite me right there. This little guy is testing me. Go, don't bite that. That's number 2. This one's good. This one I've had for a while. Okay, what else can I say about this thing? Don't fucking do it. Talk about the back cap being, you know, again, this is a cheaper gun. I just wish it felt more like a dye gun. I'm assuming that the second rendition of this, if there is one, kind of like the NT10 to the NT11, I'm assuming that the second rendition will be, you know, improvements to make it of higher quality, I would hope. I can foresee this being a, you know, a higher end gun if they just tweak some things. You know, put an OLED, you know, the color, the full OLED board in the grip, like the M2. Jesus, I really like the new regulator die introduced with this gun. I think it's really cool that they have it through the ASA, so all your adjustments are right there instead of up here. It makes it for more compact and everything. Mic on. Yeah, okay. So hoping the mic pick that up. I noticed it did that when I first got it. I don't know if it was just like the air filling up. You can, you know, usually when you turn the gun, it's like instant, but all right, that was pretty fast. It's got a real unique shot to it. Anyway, so going back on this trigger, I noticed that maybe it's the finish on the trigger and the frame or something, but they don't seem to be working the greatest together. Like I feel a lot of drag. I don't know if you saw that. See how the trigger stuck right there? I can't really, I mean, you can't really explain it. But I've found out, I have found several times where I push the trigger in and it doesn't actually release the micro switch. If I do it a certain way. Of course now it's not doing it. There. Ooh, I don't know if you heard it or not. I found it because I was doing this, and after like 20 of them or so, the trigger didn't come back. I don't know. The trigger is probably my biggest complaint on this thing. I don't want to say complaint. The trigger is probably my biggest critique on here. It would feel a million times better if it was a reach trigger. I'm sure, actually I'm not sure. I would hope that they would just fit inside, just replace it. It just did it right there. I mean, yeah, of course if I try to, I don't know if you saw that or not. There, see the micro switch is not released, now it is. Ah, shoot, I don't know if that was even in the frame. Depends on where you push it. If you're down here, it's gonna spring back pretty nice. Up here, I don't know, I don't know what it is. I just don't like this trigger. See, there it is. Now it just released. Okay, what else? Let's take apart this bolt. So again, the bolt, you have to kind of do three things at once. You have to push, pinch, and pull, which isn't terrible. I think it just takes some getting used to. So the bolt, from what I understand, has a couple parts to it. This is how it came from the factory. I haven't touched it. Let's see here. So I can zoom that in. There we go. So I got your can, your bolt, your guide. I'm pretty positive this comes apart somewhere in here. I don't want to get my hands too greasy with it, but I think these are the most important parts of it. Again, there's obviously this comes apart. Looks like from here. Yep. I don't know what's going to happen if I do this. I don't like what I'm feeling, so I'm just going to screw that back in. What I was feeling was this little deal right here. I'll screw that back in first. Coming out, so there's got to be something inside here that is pushing that in, so I'm not going to do that. But I'm guessing this comes apart somewhere. There's a little flat part right there. You can probably grab that and this twist. I'm just guessing. I don't know. I could be wrong. But bolt is very simple. As you can see, it's got a nice bumper in the back. I think this, I can see a lot of the NT engineering in this. This is its own beast, if you will, but it just by looking at it, it seems like this is what they intended the NT to be like. Again, I'm going to push this in. As you can see that I'm going to push that in to avoid this little ramp right here, because I don't want the anode to wear off out there. Okay. What else can I say? Looking forward to shooting this thing. Depending on what goes on here. No, I won't mention that. Yeah, so right out of the box, having a dozen different dye guns right in front of me here. There it is. I don't know if you can see that. See? I don't know. I just feel like, again, first rendition, second rendition is always the best, or better, I should say. I am very satisfied with it. I just wish there were small things. I've said that too many times now. I just wish there were small things that did it again. Oh, now it's off. Oh, it just did it again. Hopefully this is catching on the camera. It's not releasing the micro switch. Again, I think it's the finish between the... There it is again. And again. See, look at that. I don't get it. There it is again. Again. I'm not trying to discourage anyone from buying this. I'm just sharing my out-of-box experience with the DSR. It's like it just needs to be... See, it's not releasing the micro switch right now. Now it is. So I don't want to be sitting there, playing, and like I can't shoot anything. I have to be like, oh shoot, I have to pull this trigger forward. It's fine if I shoot it normally, but when I just sit here and, feather it, it'll lock up on me. What else? If I could make my own gun, it would be very similar to this, with different pieces from different guns. I would take the CS1 or CSR Feedneck. I would take the way the bolt comes out, where it just pops out. There's no button you have to push. There's no ramp you have to pull up. I just like how you have to pull up the back and it just slides right out. Again, mainly because I don't want any signs of use or wear. It's silly, I know, but one of my things. I do like the Dye ASAs. I think the pops are nicer, only because they're easier to turn on and off. I would have incorporated the rubber to go all around and done something similar where it just slides off. I think I read somewhere where you have to unscrew these screws on these grips. I think that's because people were complaining about the grips being too hard to take off. I understand the reason for the screw being in there, but I don't know, I guess I wish they would have kept it with the standard, not standard, but recent Dye ways. Screws can, they just can get stripped. They can, I don't know, I've never stripped a screw in a clips gun, so I guess I'm thinking too hard, I guess, or something, I don't know. Hopefully I covered everything. I do really like that reg is in the ASA. I think I lost my train of thought. For sure they should have brought the rubber all the way around. And then, if they brought the rubber all the way around and then just put the one set screw right in here like they do with the M2, I think that's a lot better than having this deal at the bottom, because I tried turning it when I first got this. And I didn't want to use a coin because I didn't want to warp the plastic at all. I think that they could improve that just by, again, putting the one screw in here. I know I'm talking about screws now, but if they're going to have screws in the grips, they might as well have a screw on here and make this entire thing a rubber sleeve. That's just nicer, I guess, that way, in my opinion. Yeah, see, the trigger's fine like this. But every once in a while, get that little stick. Again, perfectly fine like this. If I sit there and I feather it and I finger bang it a little bit, it will eventually stick. Okay. All right. Shooting video coming. Hopefully this weekend. I'll do an efficiency test at that time. And yeah. So, all right, guys. Appreciate you watching. Stay tuned for more. All right. What else can I say about the DSR? I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. I would definitely recommend this gun for sure. It's a really... Oh, you're biting my toes. Come here. I would definitely recommend this gun. It's a really nice bang for the buck, $900. Just some, like I said, small improvements I would like to see Dye make. Not just with this, but with their flagship as well. Yeah, expect a shooting vid and efficiency test video. I'll try to get that done here this weekend. It's supposed to be kind of shitty weather though, so we'll see. Yeah, any comments? Feel free to comment below, and appreciate you watching. Thanks, guys.